Hello and welcome back. In this episode, I focused on getting some essential equipment as well as progressing in the Dwarf and Minotaur factions. I started out by doing the Noble Armor quest. Particularly the crown helmet you get is very useful for a low-level mage with its relatively high armor and low weight. I thought about doing the Black Knight quest, but as I very rarely monosit, my magic level is terrible and it'd take many SDs to kill it. Once hunting with summons becomes worse and I've gotten some more spell power, I'll do that one. On the way back, I also opened this corpse which gives you a halberd, which is very useful on a new server. After getting the equipment pieces, I went back to Emperor Thramrel and gave him his tax money from the outlaws. I accepted the next mission in which he wants me to kill 500 Minotaur archers. The best place to do this with summons is Menorahs deep below Eschen. There are alternative spawns, for example, the Middenhof Minotaur Tower are below the Ice Islands near Thoris, but summons are less useful there. During all my Minotaur hunts, I made loot bags as they yield a lot of gold if you sell everything. I stopped my first hunt once I had around 100 Minotaur horns. I teleported myself to Iraq, sold the loot, and then went to Albert in Eschen to get the skinpular for the Minotaur horns. On my way back to Menorahs for the next hunt, I almost died due to being greedy. After completing the Orc Warrior task for the Minotaur faction, you can use the raft going from Osiris to Menorahs for around 400 gold. I wanted to save this money and just walk, but Grom the Ancient Stone Golem almost killed me. I was very lucky with his hits and the fact that he did not use his strong haste. I finished off the task, skinned 100 Minotaur heads, and returned to Emperor Thramrel, who then gave me the Minotaur Guard task. Before doing it, I used my gold to bid on a little house in Iraq. Rent is around 13,000 gold per month, but a house makes storing items much easier. I then bought the ultimate healing rune spell, the invisibility spell, as well as 100 brown mushrooms. Instead of continuing with the Minotaur task, I went to the Fire Devil spawn near Middenhof in order to unlock the skinning knife. I already have all the Minotaur horns and heads which I need, but I can still make good use of the brown leather, so I figured I might as well get the skinning knife now already. It's a slow process and takes around 4 hours with just revenants. You will need to heal the revenants every now and then as they take very low damage from the fire devils. You can wait with the skinning knife until you have joined the Grim faction to combine the Fire Devil task with obtaining the dagger, but since I'm also working on as many add-ons and collection items as possible, I can do that later on and simply skin the devils for their tails, which are used in the Explorer outfit, and to obtain the Fire Devil trophy. I did get pretty lucky with the drops and looted 2 red spell wands as well as 2 guardian shields. The shield is particularly helpful as it replaces my deerhide shield. I made a loot bag and sold the basic items for around 11,500 gold. I then got the skinning knife from Albert. Before returning to Minora's, I talked to Lisha regarding Torin Twinhorn's dagger. She told me she sold it, so I went to Ziad, who was in Yesha. I bought back the dagger for 50,000 gold and gave it to Torin. She returned the gold to me and told me to kill Orc Bowman for her as the next mission. For now, I stayed in Minora's and finished the Minotaur Guard task. Afterwards, the Dwarf Emperor gave me the mission to kill a Dwarf Renegade. I'm still too weak for him, so that will have to wait. In a final hunt after that, I finished off the remaining 2,000 Minotaurs. I did lure away all Minotaur mages, archers, and guards in order to speed up the task. Finally, I sold all the loot. I ended up with a total of 163k gold, which should last me for a little while. Thank you for watching this episode. If you enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe.